नमस्ते फिर से आप सबको औपचारिक रूप से. So namaste everyone, welcome to the session number 1, day 4, and we will wait for another 2 minutes, and until then let's start with the prayer which we perform each day, each morning. So close your eyes. So close your eyes, please. Recite Om with me 3 times, and that's the mantra for us. Om. 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 Bhurvubhuvah svah Tatsaviturvare Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yonah Prachodayat. Om Madhumanme Nishkramanam Madhumanme Parayam Vacha Vadami Madhumat Bhuyasam Madhusandrishaha. Om Shanti Shanti. We are here for session number 1, day 4 of our Hindu Age program, which is being organized by Hindu Heritage Foundation of America. It is a 2 weeks summer program started this week from Monday and will go up to 30th of July. 4 sessions each day, Monday to Friday. So our first session, our topic for today is give me 1 second. Our topic for today is the 4 goals of human life, Purusharthas. Our distinguished speaker is Dr. Harishchandra. As you have been in dialogue with him, and he will be addressing us about this topic today. So please pay attention, take notes, and be ready to ask questions if you have any. Thank you. I invite Dr. Chandra, please.
Namaste, everybody. I am pleased to be here this morning, discuss something very important, very crucial, and that is very unique with Satya Sanatan Vedic Hindu Dharma. What is called, the Sanskrit term is
Sir,
Purusharthas.
your camera is not on, please.
I think somebody else got the power. Somebody, let me see if I can. I don't know, there is a technical thing. One friend of mine asked to control my camera. I gave the power, but I shouldn't have done
You
that.
should not have.
Let's
No,
see
you
if I
should
can.
have.
What's happening?
Let me.
I thought she's our technical expert. Somebody can switch on my camera.
Everyone, if there is any.
If Acharya Harishji, if you disconnect and connect again, you should be okay.
Okay, so I am going out for a moment. Let's see. Leave the meeting and come back again.
Yes.
Sorry, my video doesn't get start. I think let's go ahead. What else? I think most of you have seen me for long.
It could be Zoom hacking. I think we have to start the meeting again, probably. Let me talk
No,
to
there was a request.
technical team.
There
Let
was
me
a
talk
request
to
from
our-
one of our participants.
Who
The
was
request
that?
said that somebody wanted to control my camera. I approved it. I approved that request. I thought that is a legitimate request. But I think the person is not, doesn't know how to use that power, or I have no idea what is happening. Okay, I think I got it. I hope it works now. Yeah, it works.
Yes, it is working now.
Yeah, sorry, I guess what happened, it went to some other camera other than webcam. So first time in my life, I learned a new thing. Okay, all is fine. All that ends well is well. Good. Let's start with this is a session titled is Purusharth Chatushta. That is a Sanskrit term. Chatushta is something that is fourfold. Purusharth is objectives or goals of the human life. So you will see this is, as in any other topic, any other issue, what we are going to see is something very unique with our Sanatan Hindu Vedic Dharma. Let's try to understand what all this is about. So there are 4 terms. They are Sanskrit terms, of course, and I will try to give you the meaning, and we will discuss them at length next 30, 40 minutes or so. The 4 terms you are more or less familiar: Dharma, Artha, Kama, Moksha. I think Dharma and Moksha you have heard many times. 2 new terms are coming: Earth and Kam. So Dharma, actually even the yesterday morning, this hour, the whole session was devoted to Dharma, is it not? So we know it. It is nothing to do with religion. It is all the right thing that I can do at a given moment in a given circumstance. If I am doing right thing, I am doing Dharma, righteous conduct, as simple as that. And of course, we have discussed at length, human beings have a unique privilege. Even if they know their Dharma, they can deviate from it. But of course, Purusharthas Chatushtaya is very much based upon the idea that you have made up your mind never to deviate from Dharma. So that is one pillar. If you were to look at Purusharthas Chatushtaya, the 4-fold objectives and 4 pillars of our lives. So pillar number 1 is Dharma, which we have discussed at length at that. And later in the day, we discussed law of karma. If I am always doing Dharma, the reward will always be Sukh, the joy and pleasures of life. Okay, that we have seen it. So we always want to stick to Dharma. Now with Dharma, what is it? Next is objective is Artha. Earth is wealth. Money is good wealth, is it not? So please get away from your mind that Vedic culture, Sanatan Hindu Vedic Dharma is for poverty, for minimization. No, we are for wealth. We believe in money. We believe in all the things that we should acquire. Of course, we have seen India was spiritual superpower of the whole world, what is called Chakravarti Rajya. Even today's America is only 1/10 of that Chakravarti, or even less than that. Imagine a real superpower. That's the way India was until about 5,000 years ago. And you will be surprised. Even though we spiritually declined, but materially, economically, India has remained the richest country of the world until even about 300 years ago, is it not? When all the Europeans wanted to come to India, Columbus, Vasco da Gama, everybody wanted to come to India for trade so that get a part of India's wealth. And that's what British wanted about 300 years ago when some British traders came. Our Shivaji gave them permission to establish a trading post. The first trading post was near Kolkata. Then they made a company out of it, East India Company. Now, East India Company said, we want to protect our assets. So they brought some soldiers from it. And then those Britishers began to expand from Bengal to almost whole India. So India became their occupied territory. They call it as their possession. Until about 1857, for 100 years, East India Company, which is just a commercial company that owned India, whole of India. Can you imagine this? That's our downslide, is it not? And then in 1857, we just now had centenary, some birth anniversary of Mangal Pandey in this last couple of days. So Mangal Pandey, Tantya Tope, Rani Lakshmi Bai, all these great names are associated with the freedom struggle of the first time in 1857. So I'm not going into details of these history, but just East India Company passed on the power to control India to British Crown in 1857, when the Queen Victoria said, we will look after the affairs of India. And by the time British left, India was the poorest country in the world. Famine, poverty, I don't know what magic these British people did to India. In 300 years, the richest country of the world became poorest country of the world. That they have to see. This is all part of history. We have no grudge against anybody. We look every human being as our brother and sister. We don't believe in exploitation. Is it not? That is Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. They exploited us, but we don't exploit anybody. That is what is Sanatan Dharma culture. Is it not? We are very proud of. Indians have gone to many places, but we obey the law of the land. We do no mischief, no crime. We become part of that country, like in America. We follow the rules. We don't exploit, we don't cheat, we don't do anything wrong, is it not? But whatever others did to us, we just don't care. Let's build everything new. Let us make India and even America a new growth engine, development engine, new superpower, spiritual superpower. We believe in spiritual superpower, not just military power and economic power. We believe in spiritual superiority. That's what all this we are talking about. So the second term was earth. Earth is wealth. We believe in wealth. Vayam syama patayorainam. Yat kamaste juhumasta. This calm word will come next. But let's look at Vayam syama patayorainam. That's what Vedas are saying. Vayam is we. Syam made happen. Patayo, the owner, the Swami of Rainam, the wealth. May we all be millionaires, is it not? The significant word is we, not I. In the Vedas, whenever we ask any good thing from Ishwar, we don't say give it to me, we say give it to us. Do you see the depth of the meaning? Vayam syama patra. Not aham become millionaire. Not I becoming millionaire. We all becoming millionaires. We all become. That is the Vedic culture. We should acquire wealth. But first is dharma. Then comes earth. With dharma, what you have acquired, that is earth. That is earth. That is wealth. If you used adharma, That is not earth. That will be called as unearth, evil. So dharma is pillar number one. And with dharma intact in your day-to-day life, we all want good house, good car, good food, good health, good clothing, everything good. And just a couple of days ago, one of my little younger sister, Anjali Nanda, was talking about our folk arts. When do you do such artistic ventures? When you are fulfilled in your life. When do we make gold ornaments? All kinds of precious stones in India, the rubies and whatnot. All this is there when everybody is happy. There are artistic things happening, music and dance, because everybody's belly is filled in, everybody is contented. Let's enjoy the evening after a hard day's work. Everybody is pursuing wonderful artistic pursuits, is it not? Folk arts, every human being in India was an artist, is it not? When do you do artist? When you are contented, is it not? So dharma and earth. Now the third thing is calm. Calm is a Sanskrit word. Just I said, Vayamase kama patayo vaeda. Before that, the word is yat kamaste juhu mastan. No. We always bless the Yajman. Satya santu yajmanasya kama. Is it not? One who desires, if you have a good positive desire, may it be fulfilled. Calm. There is slight misconception, misunderstanding, because the word calm also has another meaning. What is that meaning? That is lust. That is undesirable. It's not love. It is negative of love between people of two genders, opposite gender. So as our children are growing, as a teenager, you see some attraction. A boy feels an attraction towards girl, a girl, that is all positive, nothing wrong. You will all get married, get united, will have children. All that is karma, positive karma. But when we do it wrongly, in the wrong manner, we are overpowered by lust. The first thing is love. Your mother and father love each other. You love it, you like that. That is pure love. But when one man and one woman do something wrong, you know what is called, a man is raping a woman, that is out of lust. That is another word, another meaning of the word calm. Of course, that is negative, undesired. So when we talk Purusharthas Chatushta, Dharma is, of course, we have discussed at length all the positive actions. With positive actions, I acquire wealth, that is earth. Now what is next? Obviously, if I have acquired wealth, I want to enjoy. Is it not? Enjoying the wealth that I have acquired with dharma is called karma. Very good, very simple. If you have delicious food in front of you, you have earned the bread with a hard labor. That is earth. But suppose you are ill, you are sick, you have no appetite. Now that food doesn't make sense to you. You have no appetite to eat it. What does it mean? You acquired dharma, and with dharma you earned your bed, nice delicious food, served in a wonderful thali with all the associated dishes. But unfortunately, your health is not good. You have no appetite. What does that mean? You have no ability to enjoy delicious food. That's what Vedic culture is saying. If you have acquired wealth, you should have ability to enjoy. You should have appetite to eat food. And that's where the straining comes. You have had enough food, your belly is filled. My mother taught me, eat up to 2/3 of your hunger, appetite. Let 1/3 remain empty. That is what will give you good health. Okay. Suppose you want it's very tasty food. Okay, you eat up to 3/4 or even full appetite. No harm. Once in a while might as well do such indulgence, no problem. But if you eat when you have no more appetite, that is bound to harm you. Or if your appetite is only this much, but you are eating this much, you are doing wrong. So calm is my inner potential, ability to enjoy the wealth that I have acquired with dharma. Somebody is multi-millionaire, multi-billionaire. He has one house in New York, one in Houston, one in Hollywood, one in Australia. So many houses. Because he has a lot of money. We ask him, are you able to live there? Just 2 days in a year. Why do you maintain the house? Might as well live in a good hotel for 2 days in a year. If you cannot enjoy living in the house, why do you own it? So, you should have that much wealth which you can enjoy. Or somebody says, I have invested millions of dollars here, millions of dollars here, millions here, there. Okay, very good. You have done hard work. And suppose you acquired all that with dharma, but still, what will you do with all this money? I will pass on to my next generation, my grandchildren. But then they will become lazy. They get easy money. They will just waste away the money. They don't see the value of the money. You are spoiling your children and grandchildren. So you have no calm. You have no way to enjoy the wealth. Then why do you keep this much wealth? That's what you heard yesterday at the end of the day. 5 yamas. All the 4 were very important. Ahimsa, Satya, Aste, Brahmacharya. Then last was interesting. Apayagya. If it's coming, a lot of money is coming, you put a boundary, I don't want more than this. You decide, you make your line that enough is enough. Because I don't have that much appetite. So you make a list of what all you want to gather in your life. Beyond that, if it comes, I will give it away for charity. I will give it away. There are so many organizations doing good work. I will give it away because I don't have that much appetite. So calm is very important, is it not? Ability to enjoy the wealth. In Upanishad, one sentence, very small sentence. Be careful that you are eating food, lest it happen that food is eating you. You know, that boundary is very thin line. You think I am eating food, but you may not be aware that food is now eating you. Is it not? That is where you have to draw the line. So dharma is important. We have discussed at length. By way of dharma, without deviating from dharma, I should acquire wealth. India was the richest country in the world for millions and millions of years. And I am proud Indian. I want to be the richest. And Indians in America are at the creamy layer. They are most educated and they are most wealthy. We deserve it. And we must maintain that status, isn't it? But remember, calm. Be watchful. What is your appetite to enjoy the wealth you have earned? If the wealth is more than what you can enjoy, find out ways and means to do noble acts. Is it not? Sathasta samahaya, sahasrahasta sankhya. This is another statement from Atharvaveda. You acquire wealth, of course we have two hands, only two hands. But the Vedas are saying, be so laborious that you acquire wealth as if you have 100 hands. Just imagine. Sathasta samaha. Then it says, sahasrahasta sankhya. And distribute it as if you have 1,000 hands. You know? Giving away to others, sharing and giving, is it not? That's what your mother and father do, is it not? They don't keep anything to themselves. The best thing your mother cooks, she is always waiting. My child will return from school and I will offer this dish to my child. She is waiting. She wants to give. That is what is devatva, devata. We have heard it. Sahasrahasta sankhya. Is it not? So we have discussed at length dharma, earth, and calm. If we are following all this, life is good, isn't it? Life is good. But that's what our Harish noticed. They were perfectionists. They wouldn't settle down to anything less than perfect life. So what is perfect life? No pain, no misery, no distress, no dayidyata, poverty, nothing. Everything good. But then we know it. If we ask all the households in the world, are you all happy? There will be no single human being in the 7+ billion people in the world who will say, I don't face pain and misery in my life. Dukh is always there. Dukh is inevitable. Once you are in this world, Sukh and Dukh are two sides of the same coin. You can never be in always Sukh. Something will happen. Now even this pandemic, even the wealthiest people, somebody is stuck in the family and unfortunately, he doesn't return from this hospital. Can you imagine any family who will claim, we have not seen, we have not suffered from any pain and misery? There will never be. There will never be. That is the beauty of the Sanatan Hindu Dharma, Vedic Dharma. They said, Dharma, earth, calm is all this is very good strategy to lead a contented, happy life in the world. But there is no guarantee with all the measures taken, with all the wonderful plans made, something will go wrong somewhere. Somebody in the family will get stuck with cancer. Somebody has a stroke and suddenly is in a wheelchair. There are tragic moments in everybody's life. Of course, as a child, you are untouched by all these things. And we would like you to remain untouched by pain and suffering forever. But now you are growing, you have to face the reality. This is a beautiful world, constantly under the shower of that Supreme Ishwar. But this is the very design of this sansar, this world, that pain will strike you. And Vedic rishis knew it well. They said, finally, yes, we want to enjoy our time in the world. But first thing that is going to happen is we all will die. That you know it by now. Death is inevitable. And somebody will say, I am not afraid of this, that, darkness, this. But every human being is fearful of death. Death itself is a painful, it just comes to you as a stroke. And sometimes the agony of death is very long. I have a good friend. His father was bedded for 4 years, not 4 days. This friend of mine told me in a way, because we were close friends. One day on phone, he tells me, today I did a prayer. What did he ask in his prayer to that Supreme Paramatma? He says, may it happen that my father died. Can you imagine this? A son is seeking a prayer from Ishwar. What? He is asking prayer, Ishwar, may my father die peacefully. But sometimes death doesn't come. It's very cruel. Sometimes things can be very cruel. That person was 4 years bedridden. Just imagine, cannot even go to bathroom. Just imagine the situation in that family. 4 years. And the son is praying, may he die, so that his own pain and agony sees an end, and also the family takes some rest. But you never know. Death is inevitable, but how will it come? Nobody knows it. Death itself is painful. And sometimes it can play a very cruel joke with anybody. Nobody can say, I will die peacefully. My father died in sleep. I was very blessed. He went to sleep with very mild fever. Next morning, he didn't wake. We all felt very blessed. Dr. Abdul Kalam Azad, our great president of India, he died when lecturing in a college, just in a moment. He collapsed. Just 1 second. He always deemed to be a teacher. Indeed, he died as a teacher. He is lecturing in Guwahati College to college students, motivational talks, and suddenly he falls down, he is dead. So if you are very lucky, your death will come in a moment. But otherwise, it can play hide and seek with you for years. Vedic rishis knew all this. They knew death is inevitable. That is like a gate we all have to pass through one day. Passage through the death. Imagine there is a gateway somewhere up in the sky or wherever. It's an imaginary. But every human being, animal, bird, we are talking about human being now. They will have to pass through that gate. But they were smart. They said, through that gate, we have to pass through, but then there is a fork, there is a bifurcation. It splits into two passages. One passage comes back to the world. Another passage goes to the infinity. Ishwara is infinite. It just goes to infinity. Then they said, of course, all children will say it's a wonderful world. We are enjoying our time. But as you will grow, you will realize and appreciate the maturity of the Vedic Rishi. And insurance company will come to you. You have to plan your death, this and that. You have to plan your life. You are the earning member of your family. Suppose you die accidentally, what will happen to your family? So, once you get married, now there is no getting away from it. You have to think about this. What happens if I die? I have a wife, I have a child, this and that. There will be no monthly paycheck if I die. So, you will have to plan. Is it not? Plan your life. So that's what Vedic Rishi is saying. And that planning, that is the fourth pillar of the Satya Sanatan Hindu Vedic Dharma. Dharma, Artha, Kama, Moksha. Now what he's saying is, I will lead my life, take care of Dharma, Artha, Kama, and then I want to become a qualified person that the moment I die, I go permanently in Anand. I have seen enough of Sukha and Dukh. I have enjoyed enough of Sukh. But there is no planning, no guarantee that Dukh will not strike me. I have learned it in my life. And in my next life, I want my next life to be absolutely void of Dukh. No Dukh at all. And I am planning, in my fourth objective is moksha. Now, where does it come from? Nobody has seen moksha. Have you seen anybody in the world who can say what moksha is? Nobody. But Vedic Rishi, I must say, and I feel so proud that I have learned a little tidbits of our Vedic Rishis. They were greatest. Now he gives me a clue. He gives me 3 words. Sushupti, Samadhi, Moksha. This is our great Rishi Kapil. I am his fan like anything. He says, Sushupti, Samadhi, Moksheshu, Brahmarupata. A child like me is asking Kapil, why do you talk about moksha? I am enjoying my life in this world. No, he says, you continue to enjoy your life. but plan ahead so that at the point of your death, you go to this side of moksha and not this side of samsara. Not coming back, not punarjanma again. Okay, but why are you forcing me in this time? So he says, as you are in samsara, tell me honestly, when is the moment in your day-to-day life when you have no pain? Or look at your last 24 hours. So all of us can take a piece of paper and pen and jot down in last 24 hours. What were the joyful moments? What were the unwanted moments of dukkha? And what all happened in last week? Then Kapil is saying, if you are very careful, if you make your inventory correctly, there is one point in your last 24 hours when you are not struck by any pain whatsoever. I have to think hard. Then he gives me a clue. Then I come and I agree with it. That moment is called sushupti, deep, dreamless sleep. Is it not? When I am in bed, of course, many of us enjoy sweet dreams. But when you have sweet dreams, sometimes there is a nightmare also, is it not? So we imagine a situation which you are all familiar with. Once in a while, you wake up naturally. You have no recollection of any dreams. Then you say, that was nice, deep sleep. Sleep scientists call it as delta sleep. No, that is deep sleep. When you come out of that deep sleep, that was good. I slept so well. Very good. Now Kapil is saying, in those moments, maybe 2 hours, 6 hours, 20 minutes, whatever, how did you feel? That was very good. I cannot describe it because that was out of the world. That sort of a thing never happens when I am awake. Because when I am awake, I am connected to mind. That is called chitta in our philosophy. And chitta has all kinds of random fluctuations. Of course, some are desirable, I call it sukh. Some are undesirable, I call dukkha. But in that hour of deep, dreamless sleep, chitta was silent, blank, as if there were total blackout. Oh, that is sushupti. Then he says, Kapil says, why don't you practice something? In daytime, try to bring your mind calm. Just like it happens in sushupti. And if you achieve the replica of sushupti, he gives a term samadhi. So sushupti we get as default, Even as a child, we have been getting. So good life is what? Dharma, earth, calm, and one who is trying to go in moksha. What will he do? He will create a replica of sushupti in his day-to-day life. That will be samadhi. When chit is blank, no fluctuation. So Patanjali calls it very simple. Chitta veti nirodha. All the fluctuations of chit have been subdued. And then you are disconnected from chitta, like in sushupti. In sushupti, you have no idea where you are, but in samadhi, you will have a good idea that you are with that Supreme Mother. Then he says, that is temporary. And then you will say, yes, I enjoy life, I enjoy sukh, but there is nothing better than samadhi. So as a mature human being will say, yes, I like dharma, earth, calm, but what I like most is being in Anand with that Supreme Mother. But that I get only few minutes a day. But now, yes, I want to have that in permanent, that is moksha. So once you get a taste of samadhi, you say that I want to become a qualified human being, so that Ishwar will take me to the left turn and not to the right turn, just to make it a dramatic thing. I don't want to come to Punarjan. Though I love my mother, I love my father, I love my brothers, sisters, friends, everything. But as I grow old, they will also grow old. But then finally, I will have to go through that passage of death, the gate of death. I have had both of them. I have tasted Sushupti and Samadhi also. And I have had a nice taste of Sansayik Sukh and Dukh also. But now I choose permanent Samadhi, permanent Samadhi. That permanent Samadhi is moksha, isn't it? So that is what I want to get qualified. So of course we know it. We all came into this world with some deposits in our mind. That is called sanskar, is it not? Some child is very, very talented. Some child is less talented, is it not? So we have had that ledger book account, and we all come into this world. Somebody has talent in soccer, somebody has a talent in music like Mozart. Just as a 8-year-old child, he plays all kinds of grand symphonies, is it not? Nobody can explain where did he get from. Or Abhimanyu, all kinds of military warfare. Nobody taught him, but he knew how to, manage that difficult situation, or what is called Chakravyuh. So all these things happen. We come with certain sanskar. Then we have certain desirables, undesirables, rag and dvesh. So we do dharma to take care of all this. But then if these deposits continue with us, we will come back into the world again. Is it not? So we say we rise above dharma, like that child number 1. Remember the child number 1. Child number 2 was doing dharma for candies, for sukh. But child number 1, nishkam kar. He just does it because he loves his mother. So now after dharma, kam, the human being says, I will do dharma not for earth, not for calm anymore, just to please that Supreme Mother, because I love her. I don't love Sukh that much. Now I love Ishwar much. So you are becoming gradually child number 1. Now there is no new entry into your ledger book, because it is not going through law of karma, it is nishkam karma. Because if it goes into ledger book, you have to come into the world again. If you have done karma, you have to go through the karma phal, the reward of the. So you want to say, I am trying to close that bank account. So I don't put anything more into it. But there is some balance you came with. And then Ishwar says, yes, if you want to come to me permanently, you do samadhi, temporarily be with me. And then there comes a moment that is called Bij Dagdavat. Those seeds are burned. That balance that you came into the world, that will also be burned. And you are not making any further entry. You become qualified. So basically, child, we are all, and when we are following Dharma, we are like child number 2. Obeying our mother's command for that candies, for sukh. But message of the Sanatan Vedic Dharma is gradually become child number one, that now I love not that candy that much. I love my mother much. Is it not? I love that. I love this world, but now I love maker of this world. Is it not? So we don't say world is bad. It is sansar. Some is samyak, well made. Sar, his name is Ras, and his world is called Sar. Just like yesterday I said, Hinsa and Singh. So now there is an interesting dipole. Paramatma is Ras, and his world is Sar. Is it not? And this world is Sansar, very good world. We all are part of this world. But now, as a Sanatan Hindu, if the world is so beautiful, the maker of the world is supreme. That's what Jatindraji told us in Ishopanishad. Is it right? Hiranmayan patene satyasya pitam mukha. So, fourth pillar is Dharma, Artha, Kam, and Moksha. Thank you very much for your attention. I have another commitment, so I can just take, I'm sorry about this, but I can just take up one very short question. Otherwise, I would have loved to be, or maybe in the afternoon session, you can ask me more questions, even related to this topic. I am not running away from you. It is just that 10 minutes later, I have another talk to deliver.
Thank you, Dr. Chandra. It was simply eye-opener. And we are thankful to you. What should I say more? We feel very thankful each minute after listening these speeches. And I believe our participants are equally feeling the same. And if there is any question, as he mentioned that he can take one short question today. If anyone has any question, please be quick, and then we will proceed further. Unmute yourself or please write down. Or if you have to say something, please. In the meantime, I would like to mention all our next sessions. Our next session is Patanjali. Yes, Pia, do you have something to add to it? Ji Abhishek ji.
Namaskar, sir, and all the organizers. Dr. Harish, sir, I want to thank him for all the efforts he took in explaining all the subjects, and in which Dharma, Artha, Kam, and Moksha are explained in a very lucid manner, and he relates all the things to the practical life examples, to the day-to-day examples, which can be understood very easily and can be related to all of us. Thanks a lot for explaining the concept so in a very easy manner. Thanks a lot.
Exactly. You write in properly. You mentioned properly. Thank you. We will communicate your comments to him, and definitely. I would like to add to the closing part that we have 3 more sessions today. The next session, which will start in about 1 hour from now, is Patanjali Yoga Meditation Practice by Sanjay and Parvinder Sood. And I would like to add that Parvinder and Sanjay Sood both are kind of 2 of Dr. Chandra's disciples. They will be here to teach us Patanjali meditation in the most authentic way, which is taught by Patanjali himself. And they will be here soon. And the third session is the architecture of Hinduism, which will be after lunch session, Central Time 11 to to 12:15. The topic for that is the architecture of Hinduism, concept of Dharma, Varnashrama, which will be by the speaker is Dr. Harishchandra again. And session number 4, the last session for today, is Hindu medicine, the tradition and all the history by Dr. Ramesh Gupta. He is a well-known medical professional in the New Jersey area, and you will be definitely attending all those sessions, I believe. I would like to end this session at the now. You can enjoy this extra time, 15 minutes extra time for your break, and we will be back soon. So thank you all. Namaste.